So in this video, you're going to get to see how do we get unlimited data nearly everywhere we go. Even when a cell phone won't pick up, we can get unlimited data. I mean, we're talking streaming movies, phone's over here doing nothing. Turn on the Wi-Fi thing we got, and you can watch a movie. Freaking incredible. And it's only $2 a day, or $1 a day, ever how you want to look at it. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. So let's get started. We're gonna just walk over here. We're gonna move the van. One of the best things you can do when you're a nomadic person is always be respectful of other people. So right now, I went exploring, waiting on someone to move. They're still parked next to me and they're eating their lunch. I want to respect them on that. So what we're gonna do is move the van where she sits to over here. So number 10 is kind of the everyday question. I don't know why, but it's like we went back to middle school or preschool. I don't know. People are fascinated where you poop at when you live nomadically. They're going to be like, so where do you poop at? Where do you pee at? And it's really awesome if you can hide it, and then they're looking for it and they're like, where is it at? Where is it at? And you're like, well, you know, I just kind of go where you're at, because they stand right where ours pulls out to, and then they're like super curious. So let me show you where ours is at. You know, the reason we put it on a pull-out drawer is not because it's the best way ever, but for us it works out well. Ideally, you're not spending too much of your day there. So why design, I don't know, 10% of your real estate just to go use 0.5% of the day? Yeah, this doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. But you can guess where it is. Yeah, you're right. Right up front. Goes right there. That also helps give a little extra privacy. Then it just pulls out. I opened up earlier and got a crack of scratch and sniff. So yeah, we just spray it afterwards when we use it. This little wood actually kind of helps keep it locked in too, because this table is like a side bonus for you. Great way for you and your missus or mister to hold hands while you drive and nobody gets exhausted hands or shoulders. So that was a cool hack we created. I haven't seen anybody else do that yet, but it's so enjoyable. And if you're doing solo or even traveling together, you can hide your not hide, but set your snacks there. We're gonna do a combo unit for number 9. Number 9 is storage. For some reason, everybody loves cabinet drawers. I'm not a fan of that. So these baskets work great. Okay, so in the morning you're ready to do coffee. Just pull it out, put your coffee filter out, and drop your mug. Simple as that. Goes back out of the way. When you drive, everything stays in place. When you have doors, stuff can shimmy around inside the doors. You open it up and you get attacked. This way, you just drive and everything stays in its basket. How do you pull this off? Just a little bit of a lip. That's all it takes. Ours is 3/4. We use 3/4 ply to build these. And so yeah, locked in nicely. Do it in sets of 3. Only reason I did that is because I wanted bracing so it's nice and sturdy. You could probably hang from it if you wanted to, but let's not try that, please, because I do not want to do the insurance claim in case I'm wrong. What else is a great storage solution that people don't take advantage of? Magnets. Magnets can be your best friend. Say you go camping somewhere, or you're at a festival, and you loan out a spoon. Where'd it go? You know, you think you got them all back if you just have them all tucked away in a drawer or something. You don't know. But when you have them all laid out like this, you're like, okay, are they all present? And in this case, yes, they are. We have 2 forks, but since my wife is not here, I'm not worried about them because I hate forks. They're disgusting in my mind. Also works good for knives. Knives are a little trickiest. Put the handles up so when it vibrates down because of the road, it stops it there nice and secure. So you're wondering, how in the world do you build one of these things? Let me grab one of my favorite tools real quick. It's the MilesCraft Drive 90 Plus. What is this thing used for? Okay, let me grab a drill. I don't really care what kind of drill you get. Drills are just something, if you do your own build out, you are going to need. I just happen to have a DeWalt, so a great drill. I've got a Ryobi one. You get what you pay for, but this is one I always use. So how do you get these with that type of drill? It's really challenging. Can it be done? Yes, it can. But if you have the Drive 90, put your Drive 90 in. I'm not gonna lie, it is slightly awkward at times. But that goes there, and now you have so much easier time taking something in or out in a tight place. So this is a Drive 90 Plus. It's like a $20 item. It could save you so much frustration on your build. Say you like me, you did the door last. You need to do those screws. Normally you couldn't do it, but with the Drive 90, you can get down in there. So if you want to do one of these screws with a normal drill, you're out of luck. But the Drive 90 gives you that flexibility to get in such a tight spot. Is there drills that do this, that's built in with a trigger on it? Absolutely, there are. But I don't know about you, but I don't want to drop 100, 150 bucks every time I need to do something. This guy's only like 20 bucks. There is more than one way to lift things. We got the mechanical shelves, and you could do that. Or you could do like what we did with the bed. I have an electronic actuator. So now you can sit comfortably, read your book, or watch TV, depending on whatever your fancy is. That's not the point. What the point is there's a couple ways you can lift things. I showed you a spring lock shelf. You could do an actuator. This one's on a momentary switch. It only has power while you push on it. This guy is the actuator we used. We do push it to its limits probably. Recycling's a pain in California. But yeah. So those actuators could be used for a number of things, not only beds. If we did a bus with some other rig, I would really consider using one of these to, oh yeah, our bed rolls. I'll do another video on that, but yeah, if we did a bus, I would put my clothes underneath the vehicle and I would push a button, my clothes would come out of the floor. But yeah, let's demonstrate one more time. So when I sewed this up for my wife, I made sure it said Madame there. We just cleaned out some of her books. Been using it to just kind of set stuff here at nighttime because she's visiting family in Tennessee. Her books are tucked away down here, but that's not the point of this video. For cooking, we've got this camp shelf. We scored it at $160. We caught it on sale. Well worth it. I bought it before she was even on board. So I definitely did not want to spend the $600-700 for the alcohol stoves or even just the bigger propane ones. This guy works out pretty well. We can cook pizza, cookies, lasagna, bacon fish, making kale chips. So yeah, even you can do the vegan stuff out here. It comes with a top, and then it would be like a windshield. We removed that since we never took ours outside, so it was just a eyesore. So this allows us to keep it in place all the time. For the price, it's pretty good. It's not the best. I am not going to lie to you. If I had the money doing it over, I'd probably splurge. But if you don't know if you're going to be on it long term, it's a great way to get you started. When you're cooking, these things are really handy. My granny gave us that. It's one of those as seen on TV. You get this, but wait, order in the next 5 minutes and we'll send you extra ones. So my granny did, and she got the extra ones and she gave us one, and we love it. It helps your pizza cook more evenly. Even when it's not cooking, it provides something solid for it to sit on without having to carry a pizza stone. The people who try to carry pizza stones on the road, most of them end up breaking theirs, and so just go with this copper shelf thing as well. Something else you may want to do when you're doing propane, put an electric switch on it. By electric, what that is kind of like an electric ball valve. It opens and closes your propane. So when you're driving, your propane's not active. It goes on right at where the tank is. The only propane is what's stored in the lines, and if you're smart, you can cook it out and then you have nothing in the lines. So do you want a good night's sleep? In the beginning, you don't know what's legal, what's not legal, so you're always curious. The best way to get a good night's sleep in the beginning, there's plenty of free things, but what was most comforting to my wife was BoonDockersWelcome. It's 40 bucks for the entire year. We have a link below. What it does, it'll invite you, it's kind of like the couch surfer RVs. You get opened up to this pool of people who open up their driveways or yards, or even some resorts do this. And you get to come, you just send them an email, hey, can we come these days? And you get to stay on their property for free. No worries about middle of the night. Road traffic is less, so I highly recommend it. So there's like hardly ever road noise because you're on people's property. Actually headed to one tomorrow night. Oh no, in 2 nights, because what I got to do some work to the van, and he says he likes doing projects. So you may even get the opportunity to do stuff, slight repairs. It's not always the case on Boondocker, so don't think just because you're going there you can do whatever you want. You got to be respectful of the people's properties and what they say you're allowed and not allowed to do, but I guarantee you will get a better night's sleep because you know you're allowed there. So in the beginning, that's all we did when we traveled. Highly, highly recommend it, especially if one of you is hesitant. No mattress or anything can make you as comfortable as knowing you're allowed to be there. Now let's get to some other fun stuff. Gray water. So gray water in our scenario is only from the sink. And what that does, that goes into a 7-gallon reservoir underneath. A lot of people are just, or now not even collecting their gray water, they're just allowing it to fly wherever they want to. I like to be respectful, collect it. But then it's like, well, where do you dump it at? It's pretty easy to find places to dump it. Like the beach I'm staying at, there's a place down there where I can dump it and refill my water tank. So you can find places. Just go to the designated zone that you feel comfortable using and you'll be good to go. Before I show you how it works, this thing is super nice for doing dishes. It airs itself out. It like self dries itself, so unlike sponges, even natural ones, they get that funky smell. This airs itself out. Just throw it in your laundry every time. And we've got a couple we interchange in and out. So right back here is a little electric switch, and that is how we activate our gray tank. That's the little BallValve there, and you push the switch from inside, so it automatically just dumps it. So since I'm not in the designated zone, I'm not going to demonstrate that now, but it's easy. You just pull right over to where they want you to dump it at. You don't even have to get out of your vehicle except to rinse off, hose off, whatever you want to do, but you don't have to. But if you're filling water, what you do is you dump it, then you just kind of hose the area, and then you fill up your fresh water. Simple as that. That doesn't get much better than that. In the beginning, we started with the jerry jugs, carrying those around, and you have to sit there and dump them. That's nasty. Then we got just a typical ball valve, and I'd have to manually turn it every time. That was a little nasty. Now we got this electronic guy, just pushing a switch from inside. Fabulous. What you all have been waiting for. How do we get internet? So this is the ToGo. As far as length, it's like 15 inches. Go to the link, you'll see all the specs on it. Powered by WineGard. So you can get this without being ToGo, but ToGo is what makes it affordable. You can use it. It's got a spot for your SIM card back here. Ours is an AT&T SIM. ToGo contracts through AT&T for you, and what you're talking is $360 for the entire year of unlimited AT&T data. And where we're at now, my cell phone did not pick up. I turned this guy on and I can start doing some web browsing. But this is what you've been waiting for. So these are the 2 kayaks. They fold up to be like 15 inches by 8 inches by like 42 inches. Specs to be down below. But yeah, they are phenomenal. I guess not phenomenal, but for the price point, you can't beat them. They're a quarter of the price. They're based out of South Carolina, manufactured in South Carolina. Strap here, throw it over your shoulder, hike down to wherever you want to go. They are Coast Guard approved. ToGo. So before we had ToGo, we was using the Wii Boost. They're roughly the same price, so like the same ballpark. Not even close in comparison. The Wii Boost is like a Wii Boost. I discourage people from buying because I've been so dissatisfied by it. You could spend $500 for an antenna that Wii boosted it, and even though we made this cool little design, and this design actually saved our butts a time or two. There'll be a photo or a video on this one day. My hard drive just crashed. So even with that, we're talking, you know, I'm 4'23" and it's above me, so it gives you an additional 6 foot. ToGo kills the Wii Boost every time. Go with ToGo. That's my #1 suggestion for Vanlifers. Also, with a Wii Boost, you have to connect it inside and everything, run 12 volt and a different antenna, and you got to be like really close, like way close to it. So that's it for all the information we got. Subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends.